A $2,700 bounty for a dog's nose? This isn't a movie. It's the true story of how one man's obsession saved a royal breed. By the 1920s, the king's favorite spaniels had lost their faces. Fashion trends had crossbred them with pugs, leaving them with flat noses and dome-shaped heads. Enter Roswell Eldridge, an American superfan. He missed the elegant dogs from the 17th century paintings of King Charles II. His mission? Bring back the old type. He put up a massive prize of 25 pounds, about $2,700 today. The catch? The dog had to have the long muzzle and flat skull seen in the king's old portraits. After 5 years of dedicated breeding and bounty hunting, the mission was a success. The true king's dog was finally restored. This is the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel we love today. Judge's tip: don't get confused. The flat-faced one is FCI number 128, King Charles. The long-nosed one is FCI number 136, Cavalier. One bounty, two different breeds. The ultimate fan fiction come to life. Which royal look do you prefer? Subscribe for more possum history. Have you seen this? This little red spot on a cavalier's forehead? It's not just a birthmark. It's actually a 300-year-old thumbprint. Back in 1704, while the Duke was away at the Battle of Blenheim, Duchess Sarah was losing her mind with worry. She sat there for hours, pressing her thumb right here on her pregnant spaniel's head. And guess what? When the puppies were born, every single one had a red mark exactly where she pressed. That's why it's called the Blenheim spot, or the Duchess's thumbprint. Romantic, right? But wait, is it true? Science says absolutely not. You can't change a puppy's DNA just by poking it. It's actually just a cool genetic fluke called a piebald pattern. Sorry to ruin the magic. However, in the world of FCI dog shows, this spot is like a golden ticket. It's officially highly prized. It didn't come from a thumb, but from centuries of breeders who fell in love with this legendary look. Hey, if you're this cute, who needs science? If you want more legendary dog stories, hit that subscribe button. The Paw-nals. Why did medieval nobles call this tiny dog living medicine? Turns out, they weren't just pets. They were pain collectors, absorbing bad luck meant for humans. The Mexican Chihuahua bore the owner's sins, acting as a spiritual guide through the afterlife. The Pekingese was a spiritual shield, guarding emperors against evil spirits with their very lives. European spaniels were comforters, spiritual black holes that absorbed fleas and illnesses from their owners. The Cavalier King Charles Spaniel was restored specifically to bring this legendary comforter back to life. A love sponge that absorbs your pain with pure love. Is your dog absorbing your worries right now? The Paw-nals. Every Cavalier King Charles Spaniel you see today is part of the ultimate family reunion. In fact, they're so closely related, they're practically cousins. During World War II, food rationing in the UK was so brutal that owning a dog was a luxury most couldn't afford. The Cavalier breed was pushed to the absolute brink of extinction. When the smoke cleared in 1945, only 6 Cavaliers were left to rebuild the entire breed. Meet the Survival 6. Without Anne's son, the legendary blueprint of the breed, the Cavalier face we love would have been lost forever. Then came the MVP, Daywell Roger. Born in 1945, this superstar single-handedly carried the breed on his back. Almost every modern Cavalier's pedigree leads straight back to him. But this miracle came with a price. Starting from just 6 dogs, created a genetic bottleneck. It's why so many Cavaliers today struggle with heart issues, MVD. It's the legacy of those few survivors. So, next time you see a Cavalier, say hello to Roger's grandkid. They are literal walking miracles. Imagine a burglar breaks into your house, and your dog decides to give them a guided tour. Meet the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, officially the world's worst guard dog. There's a famous joke among breeders. A Cavalier will show a thief where the safe is, then wag its tail as they leave. According to FCI standards, these are the ultimate companions. They have zero aggression and think everyone is a long-lost friend. They might not protect your jewelry, but they'll definitely steal your heart. Would you hire this guard? The Paw-nals. Think Cavalier is just a fancy royal name? It actually started as a nasty political insult. During the 17th century English Civil War, supporters of King Charles I were mocked as Cavaliers, meaning arrogant, swaggering knights. Their enemies, the Roundheads, joked that these men were just lapdogs chasing the king's heels instead of ruling the country. But the king didn't care. He loved his dogs so much that his followers turned the insult into a badge of honor, making the spaniel the ultimate symbol of royal loyalty. In the 1920s, when breeders wanted to bring back the original long-nosed look from the 1600s, they officially added Cavalier to the name to honor that era. What started as a mockery is now a global mark of elegance. It turns out, being a lapdog was a royal victory all along. What secret history is hiding in your dog's name? Tell us below. This is the Paw-nals, the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, beloved by royalty, known as the ultimate companion. But recently, European courts have done the unthinkable, banning their breeding entirely. Why? It's the genetic curse of human vanity. The most devastating is syringomyelia, or SM. Simply put, the brain is an L size, but the skull was bred into an S size. The squeezed brain blocks spinal fluid, causing excruciating phantom pain. On top of that, nearly every Cavalier faces mitral valve disease, or MVD. As they age, the heart valve fails to close properly, leading to heart failure. For many, it's a ticking time bomb. But dedicated, ethical breeders are fighting an invisible war to break this cycle. Before any breeding takes place, they run expensive, mandatory MRI screenings to select only those with the cleanest neurological health. They also practice the art of waiting. By delaying breeding until the dogs are 2.5 to 5 years old, they ensure only the genes of long-term, heart-healthy survivors are passed down. Yet with the gene pool so narrow, a historic decision was just made. The Finnish Kennel Club, under the FCI, has officially approved a groundbreaking crossbreeding project to save the breed from extinction. This is a monumental declaration that an animal's right to a healthy life comes before a 100-year-old purebred title. They are tearing down the walls of pedigree to rescue these angels from pain. When we as buyers value health over an artificial look, the tragic legend of the Cavalier can finally end. What are your thoughts on this crossbreeding project? Let me know in the comments.